Hey Spicy fans, welcome back here today to Spicy Kitchen. I am so glad I'm here today and making this meal because it's one of my seriously favorite dishes. I am making Koobi and Abobi stew. Koobi is saltfish and Abobi is anchovies. It is going to be quick, easy, nutritious, delicious food. I am using coconut oil. This is what I use for this and it's so nice. I am going to be a little bit generous with it. Look at coconut oil, so clean. And I am frying my saltfish and my anchovies. Saltfish is very expensive here. It's hard to get, so I'm not using all. I am putting it in just like this, saving the rest for something else later in another dish. You can also cut it in pieces if you want, but today I don't want it that way. I just want to see it big and chunky like that. Koobi Stew. If you try this, you will never go back. And I'm frying it alongside with the anchovies. This is how the anchovies look. These ones are very, very small. There are big ones. This is how it looks. If you want to clean it very well, hold it by the stomach, sear it, and then sear it with the head. You see? Let me do it again for you to see. That's another one. Hold it by the stomach and sear it up to the head. And wash it thoroughly. I washed mine 4 times because most anchovies has sand in them. Looking at the way they are dried, especially in certain places, they use a hot sand to dry it. When you wash them, you realize that there is a lot of sand under the water. This one is not like that anymore because I have washed it over and over and over. Anchovies is a type of fish that when you are using it to cook, far away people will even smell it. I am frying it crispily, not burning it, frying it crispily. It is very, very important, the washing of this fish, and it has a lot of hard work. So when you are preparing to cook this, prepare yourself for beheading them and the stomaching them. When you finish washing, you can sprinkle a little bit of season on it. But because I am using Koobi has salt in it already, so I didn't add any salt. I want it to be a little bit crispier, and then we take them off. I am sprinkling a little bit of maggie cube on it for extra taste because I am putting it in stew. I don't want it to be blank when it's in the stew. It's getting crispier now. I can't wait to eat it. I think I am happy with how far it has fried now, so I'm taking them off. I can't have you burning. and I'm getting them. Oh, smells so nice. In my country, we call this Kekta schoolboys. I am putting in my onions, some lots of onions. Anchovies oil with onions in them. I bet you the neighbors are holding their noses by now. I don't want it burnt or overcooked, so I'm adding, this is onion again with ginger. Abobi stew. I don't want it too watery. I always like it dry. I think I'm leaving a little bit of my ginger and onion. This is not gok. I coined the word gok from garlic, onion, ginger. I will let them fry a little bit, and then I put in my tomatoes. Abobi stew is made in different ways. Ha! Please subscribe to Spicyfafa and you will see different ways of having Abobi stew done. I'm being tempted to start nibbling on them. Abobi, as my husband calls it, Abobi. Tomato puree, I sometimes add a little bit, a teaspoonful, and chipotle. Chipotle is a spicy mix of peppers and chili pepper and other very nice spices, and it is smoky. Everything has been smoked before they made it into this, so it has that smoky aroma. Very nice. Mix that in. If you don't have chipotle, don't worry, you can always just use anything like tomatoes, onions, garlic, ginger. Oh, the aroma here. I think I'm going to add a little bit more of the oil because the frying has taken a bit of the oil away. And I am now adding my chopped tomatoes. If you know me by now, you will know that I like a lot of chunky things in my stew, in my food. Look at the look of it. And the pepper, Scotch bonnet. There is no pepper here, and I surely want some heat inside the stew. So I have removed the stalks and I am crushing them. If you have kpakoshito is another type of this pepper. It is very aromatic. Close your eyes when popping them. They can splash in your eyes. And then you put in your maggie seasoning, just one small one, and crayfish stock season, 1 teaspoon, and mix that in very well while you keep your eye on the heat. I am adding a little bit of everyday season. And stir. I don't like to overcook any of my ingredients. So, the icing on the cake, I am going to bring back the Koobi, just like this. And don't forget, all the seasons I added, I carefully chose them so that they will not be too salty. They all have salt, some amount of salt in them. And the anchovies. This is really tempting. I just want to start eating them. Let me be generous with that. You season the oil. Ooh. If you are more than one sharing this stew, when you just serve, then you take the Koobi and tear it apart, distribute it for everyone to have a piece. For extra crunch, I am adding back lots of onions again. This stew, when you are cooking it, we don't happen to cook it every time, so whenever we are cooking it, we are very generous with everything. Look how beautiful it is. Whatever you are eating with it, you will enjoy it. Bobby Tati, today be today. You can have this stew with anything. You want to try fufu with it? Fine. But bet me, I am having mine with a watermelon, which I made earlier. If you want to see how I made a watermelon, have you subscribed to Spicyfafa yet? If you have not, please subscribe and press the notification bell so that anytime Spicyfafa posts something nice and succulent like this, you will be notified. Look at this. I bet you're jealous. How would you do anchovy stew? Please let's share notes. I have different ways of doing it. This is just one of the ways. So, as you can see, Abobi and Koobi Stew Spicyfafa way. Done. Ta-da! Now I am serving my stew with my ewademekple. And this is what I'm having it with. I told you, just having it with that. And this is optional with cooked okra. Some people like to have okra by each side, and I am having a little bit of okra by it in case I want to mash. Oh, not forgetting my pepper. So this is what I am having with my anchovy stew. That is a watermelon. This is so nice. You are invited.